Hello everyone and welcome to the Wednesday class. As I'm sure you know, we are doing a 4-week special on deficiency and excess. So please say hi in the chat. Just get the slides up. Because we're working up towards the Shiatsu College Norwich special weekend, which I'm teaching on the Saturday, which is to do with diagnosis. So we thought we'd go a little bit deeper into what happens when we get low in energy and when we get obstruction, because in some ways, Chinese medicine can be very simple. It's a bit like yin and yang. You've got either going to have too much energy stuck somewhere or you haven't got enough. So we're going to work on this theme. Basti and Claire, I think, were here last week and they had a great time with you. I know they came out really excited about the class. So hopefully I can follow on from that. And if you remember last week, they looked at kidney 3. And we've got another point of the week coming up this week, which is the famous liver 3. And I'll explain why that's important for deficiency and excess. But before we do anything else, let's do the scans and see how we're doing. So we're not going to use the 3 burner scans today. We're going to use more of an overall scan. And I've got a special poll that I've just done, especially for this session, to figure out where we are in terms of deficiency and excess. So let's go. So we're going to just get our paper ready and we're going to do a whole body scan. So literally just arriving in the space and relaxing. We're just going to become aware of our whole body energy. Now just thinking about your whole body energy, do you think you feel more on the deficient side? That means you generally feel more tired. Or do you feel more on the obstructed or the blocked side where you feel more that you're kind of like obstructed and you've got energy, but it's kind of not flowing? Just assess your whole energy field with that in mind. Okay, now within that, what you'll probably find is there's certain areas in your body where you feel more blocked and obstructed and other areas where you feel a little bit weaker or a little bit deficient. So let's scan through our body, and what we're looking for is any areas that feel obstructed and any areas that feel like they could do with a bit more energy. Okay, so we're going to start off here, work down through the head and the jaw, checking out the eyes and the ears and the mouth and the nose, as we work down through the neck, into the shoulders, and then down the arms. Just bringing our awareness to those parts of the body and just asking ourselves, what is that like? Does it feel more blocked? Does it feel a bit more weak or deficient? Again, we're going to go down the body, through the lower, through the thoracic spine, through the chest area, through the diaphragm, working down through the abdominal area, all the digestive organs and the bladder and the lower back and the hips, checking those areas out just to see how we're feeling. And then down through the legs, knees, ankles and feet. Okay, very good. So now, if you had to draw a picture of your energy, as it could be as abstract as you like, and you had to just map out the main areas that you feel you need some work on in terms of moving energy or bringing more energy in, then what would that look like? And try and imagine that in your mind. I'm going to close my eyes and just imagine the picture. Okay, got it. So let's just take a minute to draw it down and we'll see. And we can label the diagram. Okay, So here we go. And I'm going to show you my picture. I have your own picture there, and you can see, look what I've got there. I've got definitely the shoulders, and around the sacrum there is a little bit obstructed. That's the wavy line there. Diaphragm could do with releasing a bit. And then we've got the heart area and the sort of lower back area there that feel a little bit more like they could do with some more energy. Okay, and now I'm going to kind of just think, do I feel more obstructed or more deficient overall? Okay, I'm going to just write that, because that will affect how we do the whole the whole session. And what I'll do is I'll give you options as we go through, depending on where you're at. But the first thing is to find out how we're doing as a group. Okay, so let's do that right now. And I'm going to share this brand new poll. I hope I've done it right. Yes, there's 5 options, and it's like this. Okay, I'll read it out to you. Thinking about your scan and your energy, do you think you are mainly, okay, very deficient, about right, kind of balanced, or more blocked, or very blocked? Okay, so put yourself on that scale there. Mainly overall, I'm talking about. You inevitably going to have little areas of obstruction and weakness there, but let's just see how we're doing as a group. Whoa, okay, now this is so interesting, isn't it? Look at this. We've got 64% voting for blocked or obstructed, and we've got actually 28% deficient or very deficient, and only 9% about right. Well, we want to improve that by the end of the session, don't we? Okay, so that's it. So anyone else want to vote, or is that the poll? Okay, now look, what that means by looking at that is we've got to look after those of you who voted for especially very deficient. If you voted for very deficient, you want to take the exercises really easy. I would recommend that when we're doing the doing, you just hold the channels. Don't use percussion because it's too moving. You want to just hold it and just try and get the energy into the channels. Okay, I would recommend that for deficient and very deficient members of the group. Also, just keep it nice and slow. Take rests if you need it. Okay, if you're feeling blocked and obstructed, which 63% of you are, then feel free to use a lot of percussion releasing techniques. Okay, so as we go through today, I'm going to see if I can give you options, but generally take that advice. And particularly if you're feeling weak and you feel it's too much, just sit out for a few minutes, do some breathing, and we'll, you can just kind of join in as you go. Okay, right, so there we go. Thank you so much for that. Right, let's go. Let's start. So here we are. I'm just going to arrive into the space. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some shaking. Now, generally speaking, shaking is dispersing. It's used for removing obstruction. So if you're feeling deficient or very deficient, you want to take it really easy with the shaking and emphasize the breathing. So you want to just gently shake and breathe into any areas that you feel need more energy. If you're very obstructed, you want to really get that energy moving. So let's go through the body and just work on the major joints. I'll mention some of the energetic connections with the different parts of the body in terms of obstruction deficiency as we go. Okay, so we're going to start at the top of the body. We're going to work down. We're going to use shaking to really loosen up and get the energy moving. Okay. So we're going to start off with the jaw. And what I'd like you to do is just drop the jaw down. Imagine there's a thread hanging from the top of your head, and that jaw is going to go up and down as we go like this. Like go Okay, so you're going to let that jaw just hang down. We're bouncing with this thread from the top of the head. We're really going to release that. Okay, now the stomach meridian and the liver meridian, gallbladder meridian, particularly affect the jaw. And so if you've got any like TMJ problems or teeth grinding problems, this is a really good exercise. We're going to just let that go. You may want to just touch around here and feel that area just shaking down. There we go. Okay. And then as we relax the jaw, we're going to relax all the way down into the neck. I'm going to shake out any tension in the neck. We're going to bring the top of the head up again. Again, if you're feeling very tired, take it really easy as we do this. We're going to let that head float up, open up the neck area. So you've got the jaw relaxed, you've got the throat relaxed. Very good. Okay, now we get down to the shoulders. Shoulders are very, very common place for us to get obstruction. And the reason for that is because a lot of yang channels run down from the head through into the shoulders. So let's do some squeezing up and releasing. So we're going to squeeze up, breathing in, breathe out and relax. Okay, if you're feeling very tired, take it really easy. Breathe into the air and slowly drop your shoulders down. Just bringing your breath into the area. If you've got some tension like I have in the, I'm getting warmer now. If you've got some tension in the upper body, particularly the shoulders, you probably want to give them a really good squeeze. And then breathe out and release. Okay, breathing in, breathing out, release. Breathing in, out, releasing. Okay, now once we've started to release the shoulders, we can rotate them and we can start shaking them out. So let's just get those shaking out. And then the elbows, and then the wrists and the hands. Okay, now this is a really good exercise. We want a little bit more power in the releasing. We can lean forwards like this, squeeze up the shoulders and keeping the jaw relaxed. Relax the throat. Okay, what we're doing there is we're opening up and stretching out all the yang channels from the top of the back out down the hands, and we're releasing any tension down through the arms. Okay, very good. So let's just shake the thoracic spine. Okay, the thoracic spine is connected to all of the ribs. That's why it's called the thoracic spine. Thorax means the chest. And the ribs. So look, let's just shake them about a bit, and we'll just concentrate on this. Let's take some deep breaths in. Breathing out, and see if you can just shake those ribs so that they're moving about. Again, a very common place to get obstructions. That can be to do with the heart or the liver channel predominantly, and sometimes the lungs. You'll get obstruction in the upper thoracic spine there. Now what we're doing here is we're shaking this way. So we've got kind of a ripple effect going up through the spine. Okay, very good. Keep going. Okay, great. So now we get down to the diaphragm, really important area, and again, a really common place where tension or obstruction can occur, usually related to either the triple heater meridian or the gallbladder and the liver meridians. So if we shake like this and relax the abdomen, we can kind of get the abdominal organs to just kind of gently massage the diaphragm, breathing in and out to bring the diaphragm down and up again, and shaking out that diaphragm area. Again, if you're feeling deficient, you want to take it really easy, just very gentle shaking, breathing very nicely and easily, and directing the breath into those areas, because you want the chi or the energy to go into those areas more than move them. But if you're like me, you need to get it moving. Let's just shake and get that diaphragm released here. You can put your hands on the whole diaphragm area, just underneath the ribs here, and you'll feel that the abdominal organs gently shaking and moving upwards. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go down into the whole abdomen here. We're going to relax the lower back, tuck the tail in to create a bit of space there. And then we're going to concentrate on just getting the abdominal organs to move about. It's really important because it's very important that all of the internal organs don't get adhesion, to get stuck to each other. That's why abdominal massage is such a great thing. Okay, so we're just going to get this whole area shaking around and just getting it really loose. And now the hips, very, very important area to get released. And as you probably know, gallbladder channel is one of the main channels, although we've also got the heart protector, the small intestine channel running through there. And also we've got the spleen, kidney meridian to a certain extent, but usually it's the gallbladder and liver channel. So now we're going to soften the waist. We're going to really get in deep there, shaking out the hips. There we go. Okay, excellent. And then just shaking out the feet. And then just standing again. And, oh, pardon me, scanning through the body. Notice any changes that we've managed to achieve together just by shaking. It's really a very, very useful thing to do. Okay, so this next stage is what we want to do is build up the foundation of energy in the lower body and release any obstruction in the hips. We're going to work upwards today. We're going to be tonifying and moving energy using the meridians and the functions of the meridians in a kind of holistic way, covering the whole body. Okay, so now we're going to start off with our famous and most favorite point, kidney 1. And the reason for that is because we want to ensure that we get grounded. And also, if there's any excess energy in the head, kidney 1 is the point we need to bring that down. So I've got my chair slightly off camera here. Here it is. Okay, and let's just see what we can do. While we're doing this, we're going to incorporate in our famous point of the week, which is liver 3. Liver 3 is a superb point because it does two things. It moves energy. In other words, it spreads liver Qi. So if you've got anger, frustration, and stuff like that, it's a really great point. But if you're weak and deficient, the chances are that you're probably going to be weak in your blood and the Qi and maybe the yin. And liver 3 nourishes the liver, blood, and yin. So basically, it does whatever is needed, whether it's to move excess or whether it's to tonify the body. Okay. So typical things with deficiency with the liver would be things like stiff muscles, a kind of feeling of weakness, brittle nails, things like that. Or dry eyes is another one, where the liver is not liver yin and the liver blood is not nourishing the body. Okay, so let's go straight in and start doing some work on kidney 1. Oh, my feet are so cold today. The floor's so cold. The room's okay, but it's just the floor. So it needs to get some warmth in there. So I'm opening up kidney 1. Here we go. Tapping around kidney 1. I'm holding kidney 3 with my thumb. Remember that from last week? I'm holding that, and that's tonifying the kidney meridian. Okay, the kidneys are related to the adrenal system, but they're also, in Chinese medicine, related to the strength of the lower back and the general energy of the body. So if you're voted for deficient or very deficient, these are the points you really want to concentrate on, kidney 3 and kidney 1. For very deficient, I would hold them like this, just hold with your thumb, and imagine energy going all the way up the leg into the lower back. Wow, that feels great. Maybe I need this more than I thought. Yeah, just holding that is really amazing. Let's just try that in combination with kidney 3. So what I'm doing is I'm holding kidney 1 here, kidney 3, imagining that energy going up the leg into the lower back. Okay, now if you can get that feeling of connection, you feel the warmth going into your lower back, then you know you've activated those points. Okay, but if you're more obstructed, you want to just get things moving, we can tap them. And now we can work on liver 3. So liver 3 is right here between the first and second metatarsal. That's a fancy name for the bones of the foot. Metatarsals, I'll just put up the slide. You see where it is? You can see it's just between those two bones there, liver 3. Okay, just so you can see it, kind of like the anatomy underneath it. So what I generally recommend is, first of all, that you just feel around that area. We use that as a diagnostic area in Shiatsu, and it's a really good one because if it's kind of like stiff and kind of almost swollen and blocked, that indicates that liver Qi is probably stagnated. And if it feels a little bit weaker and kind of flatter, and the person has other liver symptoms, then it's an indication that the liver blood or liver Qi is deficient. So depending on what you need, if you feel it's all kind of blocked and horrible in there, what you need to do is do this, move it like this, and massage it with both. I'm going to do some massaging with both fingers, like the thumbs, to get it moving. However, if you're very, very kind of weak and tired, and you're feeling a bit kind of dried out and then you probably and it all kind of feels flat here. I would recommend holding it, just holding, relaxing as much as you can, breathing into your thumb, and relaxing and imagining that energy going up through your leg. And what you'll get is a really nice sort of nurturing feeling all the way up your body. Actually, that does feel pretty good. Maybe I'm more deficient than I thought, is my first idea from the way these points are reacting. That does feel pretty good. Okay, and then we're going to work it, and that's the foot. Okay, I'll put my sock back on immediately to keep my foot warm. I don't know how cold it is where you are, but it's pretty cold here in Norwich. Okay, so here we go. Tapping or holding, depending, your kidney one. So I'm going to open it up here. Nice. Okay, tapping. Holding. Kidney 3. Wow, great. What a great point. I'll just tap it a bit more. And then liver 3. Opening that up. Let me just feel what my liver 3 is. A little bit blocked on this side, to be honest. I'm going to just massage it here. Get my feet a bit warmer. Hold the point. Imagine that energy going up through my leg. There we go. Okay, excellent. So there we are. Essential workout for the feet, tonifying the kidney Qi and the kidney Yin, and starting to work on that flow of the liver as well. Here we go. Okay, so now we're going to work on connecting the feet up. So let's just check in and see how we're feeling having kidney 1 done. So let's just feel that, really enjoy that feeling, that particular feeling of kidney 1. You've got that connection going down into the earth, but also tune into the rest of your body, and you'll feel a couple of things. You'll probably feel quite a lot calmer because of the yin being tonified, and you'll probably feel quite a lot more relaxed. If you tune into those areas that felt more obstructed, if you feel they're more relaxed just from doing the feet, that is liver 3 for you, probably moving the liver Qi and nurturing the liver yin and the liver blood. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to try and get all that lovely feeling that we've got in the feet to go up the legs into the lower back and the hips. And here's 2 handy hints for you. If you're deficient, it's quite likely you're going to have weakness in the sacrum and the lower back. So I would say your main aim in the next few minutes is to get some energy into that lower back. I'll show you how. And if you're feeling more obstructed, there's a pretty good chance those hips are going to be blocked, okay? Because that's a favorite place for the Qi to block. So let's see what we can do about it. We're going to use the yin channels of the leg like this, okay? So you can either hold, press, gently press if you're very deficient, or if you want a bit more stimulation, we're going to go work up from the kidney, work up the kidney energy, meridian line here. And this line goes up into the front of the lower burner. So it helps the energy of the lower burner. Okay, we're going to go round, we're going to work down the bladder meridian, and several of these points are used to tonify and strengthen the lower back. We've got bladder 40 at the back of the knee, we've got bladder 57 on the calves, and then we've got bladder 60 on the outside of the ankles here. Great point for the lower back. The back, so we go up the kidney, down the bladder. If you can reach it, you can press bladder 60 on your way down, and then come back up again the 3rd time up the kidney channel. I might be doing this, and then down. I'm taking it nice and easy. Okay, very good. Okay, so as we know from previous Wednesday classes, one of the most important things we can do is get that Qi into the lower burner, particularly if you're feeling a little bit on the deficient side. Okay, so now we've opened up the kidney channels, got that nice zinging feeling from the feet going up into the lower back. Let's emphasize that by relaxing, bringing the head up with the thread from the top of the head, holding the hands underneath the navel, and we're going to do some lower abdominal breaths. So let's just see what happens. We're going to breathe in. We're directing the Qi, imagine light coming in with the breath down into the lower dantian. collect the breath and the Qi in the lower burner. Okay, hold the lower lock. In other words, just gently feel the pelvic floor supported there. And then breathing out slowly. Just imagine air coming out. Keep the Qi in the lower burner. Very good. Let's do it again. Breathing in. Holding it. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Okay, now if you're feeling deficient or very deficient, I would recommend that if you feel tired during the rest of the session, you just come back on your own and just do this lower abdominal breathing until you feel ready to join in again. Because the most important thing is to get the Qi, especially the lower burner, tonified. Okay, so now assuming you might want to keep doing that if you're very deficient, but those of us who've got a little bit more stiffness there and obstruction in the hips, we really need to use the liver and the gallbladder channel to get that moving, okay? And what I recommend you do is start off with gallbladder 30, this point right in the hips here, softening the hips here, okay? And then go down the gallbladder channel. Just below the knee here, we have gallbladder 34, a major point for moving liver Qi, everyone. Okay, so if you've got any obstruction, any muscle tightness anywhere, this is a superb point. Gallbladder 34, use that all the time in Shiatsu. Down the outside of the legs. And then it goes off to the second little toe, that's the gallbladder channel, and then comes up the liver, we've already worked liver 3, and then up the inside of the legs, around the back of that ischium muscle, and back into the hips again, okay? So let's get right in there. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of shaking, a bit of shaking, a bit of loosening, right into that, to those hips. Let's just do that another time, gallbladder 34. Down we go, up, liver channel. Down we go. Okay, excellent, shaking out. Okay, so there we have two really essential meridian pairs for working deficiency, kidney and bladder, and obstruction, liver and gallbladder. Okay, so there we are, we've got a nice bit of a toolkit there. So once we've done that, we can work upwards now, and we can work up into the upper part of the body. Okay, we've already worked the liver and gallbladder in the arms and in the legs. So what we can do now is we can extend that up the side of the body here. And let's just see if we can work on getting this thoracic area really released. So we're going to open it up, just tapping either side. Might want to open it up as far as this. Open a bit more. This is like a liver gallbladder stretch, so open up like that. Bit of shaking. Okay, so we've worked around here. We've worked the diaphragm directly, but maybe we'll do some little twists here. Now, this is an interesting one that we can do, again, to differentiate it. If you're feeling weak, emphasize the connection with the earth. Open up the head. Take the twisting really easily and breathe into the twist. If you're feeling you've got more obstruction in the diaphragm, take it a little bit stronger, and you may want to tap here as we do it. So this is the exercise for the liver and gallbladder. And we can adapt it either to tonify up the liver blood. We're doing it really nice and gently. This tonifies the liver yin, or moving liver Qi, stagnation, by tapping either side. Okay, so just pick what you like, what feels best for you. I'll just do that for a few moments. Okay, and shaking out. Okay, well done, everyone. Okay, so now we're moving up, and we're going to go into the upper body. Okay, we've got two things that mainly happen in the upper body. Usually when we get deficient, we might have deficient blood, deficient Qi. What can happen is the breath can get a bit weak, and the heart can get a bit weak. We can feel a bit emotional, and things like that. In which case, we'll probably feel soft and kind of like cold, maybe, and weak around this area here. This is all the lungs and the heart area. Conversely, you could have an obstruction here where you get emotional and everything gets stuck here. And the other favorite place, as we mentioned before, for obstruction is the shoulders, where the gallbladder channel goes like that. Okay, so let's do a workout for the upper body. We'll start off working deep within the channels, okay? And then we'll do some more superficial work on the yang channels, just to make sure we get rid of any stagnation. Okay, so let's work first of all on the lungs, okay? And depending on what you need, again, you may want to just hold lung 1, tonify it and work down with your palms. There's some great points here for tonifying the lung qi. To start off with, I recommend you do this Qi Gong exercise, which is feet shoulder width apart, bringing up the arms, thumbs go outside, and we just drop the arms back. Nice, easy breathing. So I'm doing this, just lifting up the arms, bring them back. Very deceptive exercise. This is an exercise was taught by one of my colleagues who went to China, and in China they have Qigong departments in the hospital where they have huge rooms of hundreds of people doing exercises like this for chronic conditions. Maybe that's going to happen here at some point, who knows, but it was an amazing thing. And one of them is something like this, Qigong exercise for chronic lung conditions. If you've got weakness in the upper body, weak breathing, this is the recommended exercise. Very effortless, very internal. And what you'll notice is when you get to this point here, the lung channel is stretched open and the qi will start to build in the channel and into the lungs. Okay, so taking it nice and easy. Okay, so now it's time to work the lung channel. And again, depending on whether you want to tonify it by holding all the way down, or you feel a bit more obstruction and you want to get it moving a bit more with some doing, it's up to you. But what we're going to do is we're going to start here around lung 1. If you're close up, okay, with lung 1 is here, and the whole lung area is around here. And then it goes down here to lung 5, and then down to the thumb, down here to lung 11. So that's where we're going. We're going to go down here. So these points tonify the lungs, and then working back up the large intestine channel, which is on the yang side of the body. A lot of these points are used to move obstruction in the head. So depending on what you feel you need, have you got a weakness in the breathing, or have you got fullness in the head, you may want to emphasize different parts of the exercise. Okay, here we go. Up the large intestine channel and round and brushing off. Okay, excellent. So now we do the other side. Lung 5, lung 9 here, 10 and 11. And working on the large intestine channel, we've of course got large intestine 4, the famous great eliminator there, one of the most moving points in the body, used for lots of things, including pain in the head and just pain generally in the body. So you can see we've got some very good obstruction moving points in the large intestine meridian and some very good tonifying points in the lung. So you can adapt the exercise to what you think you need. Okay. Okay, and this is the lung stretch. This is a great lung stretch. It's a natural movement that we do when we're yawning. Okay, we breathe in. Bring the thumbs up and breathe out. Oh, wow. Amazing. Breathing in. Get that thumb backwards. Feel it going in. Excellent. Breathing in. Okay, and then shaking out. Okay, so that's the lungs. So now we've got the fire element, heart protector and heart that are left these channels in the arm, okay? The heart really you've got to be a bit gentle with because it's very internal. The heart protector, though, is one that often gets obstructed. It's paired with the liver channel, It's in the same place as the little channel is in the arm. It has a lot of connections with the liver. And the triple heater channel is directly connected to the diaphragm. So the diaphragm is connected again to the gallbladder, which is on the outside of the leg, and the triple heater is on the outside of the arm. So you've got a connection there. Okay. So what I recommend you do is check this out. If you feel this area feels weak and flat, okay, be careful of using doing. Use your palm and hold it and work down the heart protector channel, finding those places that make you feel warmer and more energized in this area, because that will tonify the fire element, which is if you're deficient, that's what you're going to need. Okay. If, however, you've got obstruction here, in other words, it feels blocked and tight, and you're having problems breathing, and you're feeling it's kind of like emotions are being held in there, you may gently want to just move that obstruction using the tapping. And what I recommend you do is just use your knuckles here, gently work out like this from the sternum, okay, or hold if you feel deficient. Okay, and then you go into the arms, and you'll feel a connection all the way down here, the middle of the inside of the arm, heart protector meridian. And then coming back up the top here, comes to the yang side of the arm, connects with the triple heater. And this is kind of one of those ones that gets obstructed in the shoulders. So if you've got stiff shoulders like I have, remember my drawing, I'm going to make sure I get that triple heater moved and go round again and work heart protector. Okay, so these, again, a bit like the lung and the large intestine, these internal pathways are used mainly to tonify, and they can move as well. And these channels, because the yang channels generally are used for obstruction. Okay, don't forget this is also related to the diaphragm as well. Okay, so just one more time, just going to tap here. Okay, and here we've got this lovely heart protector 8-point here, calms the mind. Excellent point for tonifying the heart protector, just in case you are feeling a bit weak and emotional. I would recommend you use that point. Okay, brilliant. Shaking out. Let's do the other side. So I'm going to tap here. Heart protector. Triple heater. Triple heater. Amazing. Okay, so let's just feel what it's like in the shoulders and the upper body now. Don't forget kidney 1 though, keep that rooted into the ground. Whoa, feel that freedom there. Can you feel that? That feeling of like freedom, openness, and kind of energy moving about. That's what you get if you tonify the lungs, tonify the heart protector, but also move any obstruction in the upper body. That's what you want. You want a stable feeling, a nice kind of energized feeling, but free and relaxed at the same time. Okay, awesome stuff. So now we've got a little bit of time to make sure we check out the yang channels of the head. The reason we need to do that is because the yang channels of the head are responsible for most of the obstruction type of thing we get in the upper body. Headaches, stiff neck, stiff shoulders, and then it goes all the way down, channels go down to the legs and the hands. So let's do a nice little face routine. Again, if you're still feeling a bit weak, you might want to keep that kidney 1 rooted, maybe do some lower abdominal breathing, just relax and imagine that you're doing the head routine would be a good option if you really don't need anything moved. But otherwise, generally speaking, it's a good idea to open those channels out. So let's go. Okay, so we're going to do some tapping here on the forehead. This area is related to the stomach and the large intestine meridian. So we're going to tap around here, and then we can wipe the eyes. Okay, the eyes are directly related to all the meridians, particularly related to the liver. So if you've got any soreness or drying eyes or floaters, that's usually related to liver blood deficiency. And you know what point you need for that? Liver 3. Okay. And now we're just going to tap around the sinuses and press around the sinuses. Oh, that feels great. Okay, we have stomach 3 here, stomach 2. I can give you a close up. Let's see if I can give you a close up. Okay, we have stomach 2 here, stomach 3 underneath here, and you can press here, around here, and then as you go around this way towards the jaw, you can also incorporate large intestine 20. Welcome smell. A great point again for improving the breathing. Squeezing around there. Okay, now a good idea just to pull the ears and just relax your ears. I'm just pulling like this. Okay, now we have the jaw. Okay, we have large intestine meridian around the top jaw. So if you feel any tension around there, again, I can give you a close up if you like. We're talking around this area here is the large intestine point. Ooh, go around here. Oh, it's just at the top of the teeth here. Okay, and the same thing at the bottom teeth around this jaw. This is more the stomach meridian. That's it. Relaxing that. Great. Excellent. So that's the face. So now let's work some of the channels across the top of the head. We've got bladder going across here to the back of the neck. And we've got gallbladder on the sides, gallbladder and triple heater on the sides. Okay, so basically we have triple heater and gallbladder on the sides, the bladder over the top, and the stomach and large intestine meridians on the front. Okay, that's how it kind of works. So now we've got round to here, we need to work on the neck. Okay, so I'm going to link my fingers together, use the heel of my hand to press down the outside of my neck. And again, if you're feeling a bit weak, just take it really easy, hold the points. But if you've got any obstruction, I would recommend getting in there and just really working those muscles in the neck. We've got bladder 10 here. If I can give you a close up. Let's see. Bladder 10 is right here, just to the outside of this trapezius muscle here, in towards the spine. Okay. And then if you come out further into this big indentation, you have gallbladder 20. And that point is used for treating the eyes. It's, again, a multi-purpose point that's used for headaches, eye problems, weak eyes. It can be used for deficiency or excess in the head. So I'm just going to hold that and then work down that channel. Okay, now you may notice that we haven't worked the stomach and spleen meridians yet. I know, well spotted. Okay, so now we're going to bring that in by working the stomach channel in the front of the neck here, front of the SCM muscle. Okay, and just to be complete, we're going to tap down the stomach meridian and up the spleen meridian. Okay, now how does this fit in with deficiency and excess? I hear you asking. Okay. And this is the answer. If you've got obstruction in the front of the head, you can use the stomach channel to get the energy away and down, moving the obstruction. But if you're feeling weak, okay, an important channel to work is the spleen, because the spleen meridian will tonify the blood, help the digestion, and it will just basically tonify the whole of your chi. Okay, so we can go down here, get this, anything obstruction in the stomach meridian, get the head down the body. Tonify the spleen. Move obstruction down from here. Down, down, down. Oh, don't forget stomach 36 is again a tonifying point for the spleen as well, by the way. Go down and then tonify the spleen. Okay, now check this out. Okay, shake out and stand. Feel grounded, feel quite strong in the legs. Yes, that's the stomach and spleen channel, okay? So that's, again, how that whole channel can be used for treating deficiency and excess. Okay, fantastic. So now we've done the head, we've done the neck, we've worked the stomach channel to connect with the legs. So all we need to do now really is just make sure there's no lurking obstruction or anything in the shoulders, and then we'll be done, okay? So I recommend this technique, just holding the elbow, keeping your arm really relaxed. Again, if you're feeling deficient, just hold and relax. If you need more stimulation, tapping lightly with the fist, like this. I can give you a close up here, I think. Yeah, something like this would be good. And like this. You've got the gallbladder channel here, and you've got triple heater just behind it here. And they're both kind of connected together. So this will be really good to get that moving. And then once we get down to there, we're back where we were at the beginning in terms of wanting to release that. We can do it like this. Again, if you're deficient, just take it easy, keep the breathing really light and just gently move it. If you're obstructed, like me, you want to move it like this. And if you want real superpower, a good idea is to do this. Okay, excellent. Fantastic. So now it's time to check in and see how we're doing, right? So standing, feeling that connection with kidney 1. Checking out the knees and the legs, checking the hips. Okay, feel the abdomen, feel the lower abdomen. Let's just see how easy it is to do some lower abdominal breathing now. We're going to place the hands over just below the navel, the dantian, relaxing the legs, bringing the head upwards. Let's just take 3 breaths, bringing them into the hara, breathing in. Hold it and breathing out. Breathing in. Hold it. Slow exhalation. Gathering the chi there. Breathing in. Hold it. And breathing out. Okay, now you probably noticed that you've got a nice feeling of grounding in the legs. We did that through using the stomach and spleen. We used that by using the kidney and the bladder channels, and also by keeping that chi moving with the liver and gallbladder. Okay. Another thing that really helps the breath coming down is to have the diaphragm released. And we did quite a bit of work on that, keeping that released. And the other thing we need the lungs to be open and to be strong to bring the chi down into the kidney area in the lower abdomen. So hopefully, with everything we've done today, you should get that nice feeling of release and also a nice feeling of strength there in the lower abdomen. So that's really good. Okay, so now I'm going to just check out, just to make sure the diaphragm is nice and free and it's not stiff. And then we're going to check in on the upper burner, so the whole upper part of the body. So let's just do a few breaths into the upper part of the body. We're going to use a nice long exhalation. Just want you to get a feel for what it's like when the chi comes into the upper burner, okay, up into the upper chest area. So let's try that. Breathing in. And slow exhalation. Very good. Okay, let's just do a couple more. Now, what should be happening is you should feel a real smooth, deep inhalation going down to the diaphragm there. Okay, and if you've got that, that indicates you're nicely grounded. This is nicely free, and the lung Qi is strong enough to bring that lung Qi into the body. Okay, very good. Okay, now we're going to check out the head. Just make sure that everything is released, nice and opened up. The jaw is relaxed, and everything's okay in the neck. So great check-in there, which means we've probably just got enough time, just to finish off with some breathing and some finishing up exercises. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a series of exercises just to stabilize everything off and make sure everything is connected up. And we'll do that by mainly working on the spine, because that's one area we haven't worked on very much so far. The spine's part of the central channel. It links all the chakras together, and it's really important to keep that open. So what I'd like you to do now is just stand here. We'll just spend the last 5 minutes here just working on the spine. So we're going to scan down our spine. Just notice if there's any areas of obstruction or any areas of weakness in the whole spine. And I'm talking about from the neck all the way down the thoracic, down into the sacrum, into the sacrum, and how it connects with the hips. Okay, very good. So now we're going to do some exercises for the spine, and they're mainly internal exercises. I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to literally just let ourselves go forwards. And as we go forwards, you'll notice you'll get to a certain place and you'll feel maybe a weakness or obstruction in the spine. We're going to hold that. We're going to breathe into that area of the spine. And then we're going to breathe out, release it. And as we release it, you'll feel the body starting to want to go further down. Okay, and keep going down so you feel the next obstruction or weakness in the back. It can be anywhere in the back that you feel it. We're going to breathe into that area with the Qi. Slow exhalation. Relaxing. Okay, and again, you'll find yourself sinking down a little bit more. Keep the knees soft. Let the head go forwards. Let yourself hang down until you're fully hanging with the weight of the head opening up the spine all the way down. Okay, breathing into the whole spine. Okay, and now we're going to breathe in. We're going to come up. We're leading with the head, bring it up just like a cord, a golden thread, bringing the head up, observing the spine as it straightens up. Very good. So now we're going to gently bend backwards, and we're going to do the same thing again. So we need to be well rooted. We've got the head floating up. We're going to bring the arms up. Okay, bringing them up, breathing in. Okay, now as we gently go backwards, we lift the head upwards. So we're lifting it this way to extend the spine. And we just gently go back. Now, if you feel any kind of restriction, I've got a restriction now in the lower thoracic, but wherever you feel it, we're just going to stop, breathe in. Breathe into that area. As we breathe out, we raise the head up and the sacrum down to extend the spine. And internally, you'll feel that release or that tonification there. And it'll allow you to just go back fractionally more. Tuning in again, just look out, feel internally for any obstruction. Hold it, breathing in. It can be a weakness or an obstruction. Breathing into that area, breathing out. And just allow yourself to relax into a little bit more of an extension into the stretch. Very good. One more. So we're directing our breath into different places depending on where we feel that kind of like obstruction or deficiency, stopping the stretch. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to stretch upwards. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out, and we're going to slowly float down as if we're floating down through water. And we're going to repeat the same thing. Now, hopefully it's going to be a lot freer now. Let's just see what happens. Okay, wow. And you probably find you can get a lot further down without anything stopping you. But if you find anything at all that's stopping you just relaxing forward, we're going to breathe into that area. And breathe out slowly. Okay, and allow it to release. Okay, excellent. Well, it wasn't that much easier the second time. So let's just do it again. Breathing in, coming up, stretching up, lifting the head, sinking the sacrum, feeling out anywhere, breathing out. Breathing in. Working internally for any areas of deficiency or excess. Okay, excellent. Okay, so now one final time, we're going to go down, breathing in, and we should find it a lot smoother. So let's just see, breathing out, relaxing the whole spine. Whoa, what a difference. Wow, what a difference. Okay, and then slowly straightening up. And that is an example of an internal Qi Gong style exercise, which can be used either for deficiency or excess. And the result is the same, which is an increase in the continuity of the Qi flow through wherever you do it. And you can apply that to anything. You can apply it to the shoulders, the hips, the knees, anywhere you like, where you can direct the breath. But the spine's particularly exciting because you can actually feel when you work on that one particular area, you'll feel the whole spine mobility increasing. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Okay, fantastic. So how are we doing? Yeah, we just got 3 minutes left. So let's just do a few Tai Chi breaths just to finish off and to really experience that heaven and earth thing. Opening up kidney 1, floating the head up. And we're going to sink down, breathe in. Sink down into the earth, soften the knees, breathe out, float up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Float down. Breathe out. So we're feeling heavy. And we're feeling light. We're feeling heavy. And we're feeling light. Okay, excellent. What a lovely session. I've really enjoyed it. Hope it really worked for you too. And if you just feel, just for a second, how you feel now compared to what we were like before, I can tell you that this would be a very different picture if I drew it now. Okay, I'm just going to switch over to the chat for the last 2 minutes and just see what's been going on. Whee, okay, Basti's there. Well done, Basti. Thank you. Oh my goodness, look at that chat. Okay, it's great to see lots of familiar faces there. Thank you so much for joining the class. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to put a heart in the chat and I'll see you soon. Okay. Time to finish up. Thanks ever so much, Basti. Lovely. Some lovely comments. Thank you very much. Brilliant. Okay, here we go. I'm going to close up. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you back here on the Wednesday class next Wednesday. Thank you for supporting the Shiatsu Center and New Energy Work.